Hello, and you're live now. Hi, everyone. Welcome, welcome, welcome to another exclusive study abroad live session brought to you by Vantage Migration. So it's good to be here today. We found a fully funded program for you, and our guest in the house, Mr. Priye, is going to be doing the honors of bringing you today's fully funded program. Okay, so please let us know in the comment section your school, your program of interest, and let's know if this is what you're interested in. Okay, so over to you, Mr. Priye. How are you doing? Hi, Obina. People are going to pardon me today. Trying to bring myself on. Okay. So, hi Samuel. I'm having a little issue with my video, but to be rectified shortly. Okay. So let me just begin by sharing my screen. I know you can't wait to get to the juicy part of it all. Okay. So we found a fully funded program. In drum roll, please. Canada. Can you see my screen? Please let me know if you can see my screen, what I'm sharing. Hi, Harry. Harry says very impressive. I know, right? Okay. I hope you can see my screen. Let me know in the comment section if you can. Okay, so today's program, we're going to be looking at MSc. It's actually called in the school Masters of Computer Sciences. Master of Computer Sciences in Dalhousie University. Okay, Dalhousie University in Canada. Today, I want to give you honors of doing the presentation to none other than Mr. Priye. Okay, so Mr. Priye, will you kindly take over? Oh, it's blurry. Okay, I'll try to rectify that to see better. Hi, Obina, is it better now? Let me know in the comment section. Okay, so today we are bringing you a fully funded. I know there are a lot of Canadians in the house. Let me Oh, okay. Thanks for the feedback, Obina. Say it first. All right. All right. So sorry about that. I hope you can see the screen now. Sorry. A little tiny bit of network issue there now. Okay. So, Mr. Priye, over to you. Okay. Can
Thank
you
you,
see the screen
Chinaye,
now?
and good evening this side of the world, everybody.
Good evening.
Okay, good evening, everyone. Good evening, good evening. Obina,
Okay.
Noye, Samuel, Henry. Good evening to you guys.
Okay.
So, as Chinaye rightly said, today's scholarship program, which we want to bring to your attention, is the MSc in Computer Sciences, Dalhousie University. Dalhousie University is in Canada, and this is a computer sciences program, MSc. So it's a fully funded scholarship. You can see the screen says fully funded scholarship. In this case, it means that tuition is covered as well as what they call income after tuition and fees. The amount is stated there. You can see it at the bottom, 5,000. Okay, it's not very clear. It's not very clear, but the point I
It's
want you to understand is
8,000.
that
Okay. Let me zoom that.
it covers both tuition
I'm trying to
as
zoom
well
that part.
as it covers both tuition as well as a little extra money to cover your living expenses.
It's
You
eight
must
thousand to
be
12,000
informed by
per
now, and
Canadian
if you're not
dollars per
aware,
year.
then let me say it just again because I've said it several times before. Okay, $8,000 to $12,000. That's the tuition money. And you must be aware now, as I was just trying to say, you must be aware now that Canada has increased the proof of fund minimum
And
amount
fees. There
from
are other
10,000.
fees included. So what this
Okay, so the point I was trying to make was that Canada has increased the proof of funds requirements. Formerly, it used to be 10,000 Canadian dollars, and now it's 20,000 Canadian dollars for a single applicant. We have said it before, and we're saying it again. For those who do not have the funds, who cannot come up with the funds themselves to meet both tuition as well as proof of funds requirements, your best option, your best alternative still remains scholarships. Because when we talk about scholarships, we have, yes, we have partially funded scholarship, but we also have fully funded scholarship. Fully funded scholarship would cover the tuition, okay, and then there will always be some extra amount for living expenses. In some cases, it's paid out weekly. In some cases, it's paid out monthly. In some cases, you get the lump sum at once, at the go. So after your tuition has been settled, you get an extra lump sum. In this case, what you would have left after, because it's a fully funded scholarship, the screen, I know you can't see it on the screen now, but we'll play it for you before the live session ends. It's a fully funded scholarship, so it covers not just your tuition, but you get a little extra money for your living expenses. In that case, it's in this case of this scholarship is somewhere between 8,000. I think I saw it in the screen right before it went off. Somewhere between 8,000 Canadian dollars and 12,000 Canadian dollars. Now, yes, I admit that may not be up to the total proof of funds, right? But here's the good thing: proof of funds is 20,000 Canadian dollars. So if you get, let's say, 10,000 Canadian dollars extra, that caters for up to 50% of your proof of funds requirements. That's significant. That's something good. That's something good. And it's not a sort of scholarship because it's a departmental scholarship. It's the institution that is awarding you the scholarship, Dalhousie University. So there's no prohibition for you to seek other scholarship, other funding, other scholarship bodies who would want to also award scholarships to international students. There's no prohibition for you to do that. So this whole idea, what we're basically trying to say is that do not let lack of funding dissuade you from pursuing your dreams to study abroad. There are many persons that at one stage in their life they never thought they could even set foot outside Nigeria, let alone that's my home country now. I'm speaking from my own experience, Nigeria, let alone travel to any of these advanced countries like the UK, Canada, Australia, etc. Today they are there. Some of them got partially funded scholarship, but I know no less than one or two of them who got fully funded scholarship and with extra amounts to cater for their day-to-day expenses. So yes, studying in these advanced countries is costly, but scholarship is the way to go. It reduces your expenses. It saves you the worry of how to of struggling to figure out where you're going to get the money to cover your tuition, right? And then let's talk about the program, MSc Computer Sciences. If you have not heard by now, then allow me to tell you the whole world is digitizing. I mean, you just name it. Are we talking about the educational sector? Are we talking about manufacturing? Are we talking about pharmaceuticals? Are we talking about even sports? What are we talking about? There's actually no aspect of human life that digital technology is not reshaping it one way, shape, form, or the other. Look at banking. Just 35 to 50 years ago, the idea of internet banking was unheard of. Okay? If you want to withdraw money from your bank, you have to go to the branch, join a long queue. In some cases, you have to get there early because if you get there a little late, you have to wait for 2 to 3 hours before you are attended to. Today, we have internet banking. That is the product of digitization. Let's look at sports. If you're a fan of football, then you will agree with me that not even 30 years ago, let's say as recent as 10 years ago, there was nothing like VAR. But today we have a form of VAR, virtual assisted referee, or something like that. You all know what it is if you're a football fan. So when the referee calls a foul, if he's not sure about it, he gets to watch it in the screen to determine whether it was a foul or not. That is the result of digitization. What about manufacturing? Now we have companies that are investing huge amounts of money in developing AIs, artificial intelligence, which they intend to deploy in the production line. All these are a product of digitization, and the roots, should I say the stem, the roots, the backbone that all this digitization relies upon is computer programming. Software developers, somebody once compared them to the magicians of the 18th, 17th century. History tells us that many years ago, 200, 300 years ago, before the advent of modern day technology and all of that, in those powerful countries, magicians hold sway. Kings emperors, military commanders, wealthy individuals. They will always love to patronize the services of a magician if they have one trouble, one problem or the other. But today, the people that almost everybody run to for ideas or solutions to problem are the software developers. So basically, I'm trying to tell you that if you have an opportunity just like this one to study in a first world country, Canada, to study a course that is relevant to the future of not just Canada, but almost every country in the world, computers, computer science, grab the opportunity. That's what I'm trying to say. Grab the opportunity. Cost is not going to be a problem this time around. This is a fully funded scholarship. Look at it. It says here, if you can see it on the top right of the screen, what's covered? Income after tuition and fees. So just like I told you, it's a fully funded scholarship. So your tuition will be completely paid. You don't have to worry about that anymore. All other fees that comes with you studying for this program, registration, application, you name it, fees generally, it also will be fully catered to, fully covered. And after that, you will still be left with a little extra cash. That's why they call it income after tuition and expenses. So the tuition fees was actually $8,000 to $12,000 per year. I made a mistake there. When I was speaking the other time, I mentioned that this was the extra that you get. No, this is actually the tuition. So what you will get after this has been paid off is not really stated, but
No.
I, I have the feeling, a good feeling that it's something substantial, something worthwhile.
Uh,
Again, even if it's just
let me
let's
help you out on that. We-
okay, Chinoye, you have something to add there. All right, over to you.
Okay, so what's covered? If you can see very clearly, let me know in the comment section if you can see the screen. What's covered is the scholarship covers your tuition plus fees. So there are some fees you get to pay apart from your tuition. Fees like fees such as your maybe student union fees and whatnot. So you also get to in addition to that fee, you also get to pay after those fees are covered in this scholarship. There's a balance of 8 to 12,000 for you. So that's called income after tuition and fees. So as the student, you get basically this kind of scholarship means is that you're having a fully funded scholarship in addition to stipends or living expenses. So if you look at that, compared to the new rule compared to the new rule of proof of funds rule, where you have to provide 20,000 Canadian dollars or thereabouts for the primary applicant. So if you deduct 8 to 12,000 Canadian dollars from the required fee, then that's the only one you have to provide. That's basically what this is. So this is the scholarship that the tuition and every other fees that you may have to pay is included, and then you have a balance of 8 to 12,000 Canadian dollars afterwards. So that's what they mean by income after tuition and fees. So I must say
Thank you.
you get your tuition covered, fees, and then an extra funds of 8 to 12,000 Canadian dollars. What do you think, Mr. Praying?
Okay, thank you, thank you. Excellent. Thank you for the explanation, the clarification, Chinaye. Appreciated, much appreciated. So, what questions do you have? Over to you guys, our listeners. What questions do you have, either in connection with this program, either in connection with the country, the host country that's Canada, or is it that you have another particular program in mind? You want to know if it's possible to find scholarship for that program? What questions do you have, our listeners, dear listeners? Type it in the comment section. Type it in the comment section. Now,
I'm
I also wanted to.
pretty sure they are going to have this kind of question. Like, I want to know. Yeah,
Um, Okay.
You can it will interest you to know that with this program you can go to exchanges in Canada. Yeah, you were saying?
Chinaya, can you
Go
speak
ahead, Mr.
louder?
Prayer. You were
Your
saying something
audio
very
quality.
important.
Okay. So I also wanted to add that there are oftentimes from my own interaction, both in the course of my work as an educational
Hello, Mr.
consultant with Vantage
Prayer. You can go
Migration.
ahead. You were saying something. I cut you short, right?
Yes, I am. Both in the course of my work and even in casual settings, unofficial settings. I think the challenge that some persons have is this what I'll call fear of the unknown. They don't say it, but I hear it. I sense it. I hear it from the tone of their voice. I sense it from their choice of words. When you are presenting something that otherwise should be seen as an opportunity to someone, to a friend, a colleague, a former classmate, or an acquaintance, and all the person does is raise one objection after the next, one objection after the next. He keeps giving reasons why he feels this would work, why this may not be the right thing for him. To me, that's a case of fear of the unknown. Okay? Yes, like we said, schooling in these first world countries is expensive. But if not for scholarship, how many persons can afford to study in the UK? How many persons can afford to study in Canada, in Australia? Looking at the names of all of you that joined us today here in the comment section, I'm certain that none of you is from Europe. Just going by your names, I'm sure none of you is an European. Okay, so you're from one country within the African continent or the other, either Nigeria, Cameroon, Mali, Ghana, or some other country. Many persons from these countries, that's a fact, men cannot afford the actual tuition fees of the universities in this first world country. So your best alternative is scholarships. The universities we are featuring here tonight, as well as all other universities we are featured, are highly ranked schools. When I say highly ranked, I'm not necessarily saying they are the top of 100 list or something like that. But what I'm saying is that they are reputable schools. They are schools where you will get access to quality education. There are schools where you will learn both within the classroom and beyond the classroom. You will meet people from different walks of life, people with brilliant ideas, people with goals and ambitions. A man is not an island on his own. More often than not, your chances of success depends on who you work with and work with. So you want an opportunity, a platform where you get to meet bright individuals, goal-oriented individuals. A university in a first world country such as this, Dalhousie University in Canada, is something you should seriously consider. So funding is not a problem now. Okay, it's a fully funded scholarship. So how cost of tuition should not worry you. What else could make you reluctant to take this opportunity? Taking family along with you? Well, if that's the case, thankfully, Canada has not resigned their policy on dependents coming along with the main applicants. So if you apply for this program and you succeed, you get admitted, you get the fully funded scholarship. You can take your family, your spouse, your children, you can take them along with you as dependents. And of course, we know the rules that apply to dependents. They can work full time. So unlike you, who's the applicant, you'll be studying, so you cannot work full time. You can only work for a minimum number of hours per week. I think it's 20. Your spouse can work full time. Your children can attend schools over there while they are studying. So this is a master's program, okay? Minimum is a year. In some cases, master's program lasts for more than a year, 2 years, some cases, but minimum is a year. And you also be entitled for postgraduate work permits. Postgraduate work permit is we've explained it several times, but just peradventure you are joining us for the first time. The whole idea behind postgraduate work permit is it allows you to stay behind after the completion of your program to work full time now for up to a specific number of years, depending on the duration of your initial program. So if your initial program was 2 years, you can stay behind in the host country and work for an extra 2 years. If your program was 3 years, you can work for, I think the maximum is actually 2 years. It's actually 2 years. And that gives you the opportunity to then gain work experience, okay, in a first world country. So with this, you are seeing right here in front of your screen, this is a golden opportunity. That's what I'm trying to say. Don't joke with it. Don't sleep on it. What you have here is this chance to get quality education in a highly reputable school in a first world country, and as well as all the other opportunities that come with it, work experience, meet chance to meet brilliant, bright, progressive minds, the chance to experience a new
There are a couple
culture,
of questions.
and many others, so many others I may not be able to mention in tonight's session. I see we have some comments, some questions in the comment section. Okay, we have one from Chukuma. Hello, Chukuma. Your question reads thus: as a HND holder, can I possibly study a course different from my background of study architecture precisely? The answer is an emphatic yes. You can. I've had to coach, to advise, to consult with other students, applicants in similar situation as you. Okay, they studied one course at their undergraduate level, maybe because they want a career change or for some other reasons they want to study something totally different. The answer is yes, you can. Okay, there are. I must be honest with you. There are institutions that may put some kind of restriction, some kind of what I would call what I would call minimum academic requirements for you to pursue a particular program. But what I've found several times is that because there are so many institutions actually, I cannot give you an exact number of the total universities in Canada and US. I can't. Canada, for instance, has 10 provinces, and each province may have up to five, six institutions of learning. And then there are three territories. So that's like 13. Imagine a situation where you can pick from no less than five times 13. So that's what? 765 institutions of learning. And then there are also colleges. These are universities now, but then there are also colleges where you can pursue postgraduate diplomas. So they all have different academic requirements. Believe you me, there are more than one institution that will grant you admission for a program, despite the fact that your academic background is different from that program. So it's all about you finding the right program for you. Okay? What may be good for Mr. A may not be good for you, Chukuma. And what may be good for you, Chukuma, may not be good for Mr. A. What I would advise you to do, to cut the long story short, log on to www.vantagemigration.ca, watch our free webinar, and book a consultation with us. I will not be able to give you, I will not be able to tell you, okay, Chukuma, apply for this program, or don't apply for this other program. No. We have to look at your entire background, your profile, and guide you on how to identify your best fit program. Okay. So in order to do that, you have to book a consultation with us. Again, our website is www.vantagemigration.ca. Log on and book a consultation. Okay, I hope that answers your question, Chukuma. Next question is from Obina. His question says, what about the recent issue with international students in Canada? I heard foreign students coming to Canada will be halted for 2 years. How true? Ah, I don't know whether to tell you that this is a rumor or to tell you that this is partly true. But here's what I will tell you. Study route still remains one of the legitimate ways in which you can migrate to Canada. And at the moment, Canadian institutions are still issuing admission to international students. foreign students. So you can still come to Canada right now. I'm not sure what you are referring to. I know there were some changes that were introduced by the IRCC, that is the Immigration and Refugees Committee in Canada, the ones that are in charge of everything that has to do with migration in Canada. They made some changes recently. I'm aware of that. They made some changes, but nothing indicated that there's going to be a halt for 2 years preventing international
There's
students
only
from
just
coming
a
to
cap.
Canada. No. You wanted to say something, China, here?
Exactly.
Oh, okay, okay. So the circular that I saw didn't say anything like that. That means
No,
they still
I
want
saw there was
international
only a
students. Okay, okay. So they still want international students to come in, and you should not be discouraged. Okay, Obina, you shouldn't be discouraged. This is a good opportunity. Just log on to www.vantagemigration.ca, watch our free webinar, and then book a consultation with us. If this program we are advertising today, we're featuring in our session today, if you feel it's not right for you, perhaps there's a different program that's of best fits for you. But I cannot tell you, I would not know, neither will you be sure until you book a consultation with us. So the idea is that you will book a consultation, a consultant will schedule a time where you will meet, you have a comprehensive discussion, know your background, your goals, your ambitions, your strengths, basically guide you on identifying what is best fit for you. Okay, so I hope that answers your question, Obina. All right, so let's see if there are any more questions. Let's see if there are any more questions. Let's see if there are any more questions. Okay. Keep the questions coming in. Keep the questions coming in. This from Christy. Christy says, good evening. Good evening to you too, Christy. Okay, Chukuma. Chukuma says, thanks a lot, sir. Satisfactory. Thumbs up, Chukuma. Thumbs up. Keep the questions coming in. Any question you have in connection with, either in connection with the program we featured tonight, or any other question concerning studying abroad, keep them coming. Now, we've shared a lot of programs in Canada. I'm just saying this by the side. We've featured so many programs, fully funded scholarships in Canada. But of course, Canada is not the only destination for a graduate student. We feature Canada a lot, no doubt, because our CEO, Dr. Linda, might be interested in knowing this. She actually graduated from a Canadian institution. So yes, she studied abroad for her first degree, but she had a master's and a PhD qualification from the University of Waterloo in Ontario, Canada. It's another reputable school, great school, wonderful. And so she had that experience firsthand, both at that level and at the PhD level. So she knows that, hey, Canada has a lot to offer. In terms of quality education, Canada has a lot to offer. In terms of employment opportunities, Canada has a lot to offer. Diversity, when I say diversity, some of us want to see the world beyond the four corners of maybe our native country or our home state. Canada is the place for you to go to. So don't sleep on this. Don't sleep on this. Msc Computer Sciences, fully funded scholarship. What are you waiting for? What are you waiting for? Okay, so I see there's a question here from Chinedu Malakai. Hello, Chinedu. Your question says, my question is, I have my original university certificate, but I have a problem with obtaining my transcript from my university. Sorry about that. Okay. But I have a problem with obtaining my transcript from a university. How can I be helped? I'll give you two answers, Chinedu. A short one and a long one. The short one, log on to www.vantagemigration.ca. The long one is that transcript problem is it's not peculiar to you. I hope this will make you feel better. And it is the truth. Transcript problem is something that many applicants from your country, judging by your name, I would say that you are from Nigeria. Many applicants have had to face that issue. Some, it was quite frustrating. I've dealt with someone, a student who waited for close to a year before she could get a transcript from the university she graduated from. But there are ways around it. That's why they say knowledge is power. There are ways around it. Of course, when you need a transcript, you need a transcript. But even as at that, you don't necessarily have to wait for 1 year without doing anything because your university is delaying in issuing your transcript. There are ways around it. What are those ways? That takes me back to my short answer. Go to www.vantagemigration.ca. Book a one-on-one consultation with our consultant and they will guide you on how to go about it. But be rest assured that this is not a peculiar problem. It's common. It's common with applicants from your country, Nigeria. And be rest assured that there are ways around it. Vantage Migration, we have in-house personnel that have worked on cases like this. They know what to do, to what strategy, if I can use that word, strategy to employ in cases like this. So just log on to www.vantagemigration.ca, book a one-on-one consultation, and we'll guide you every step of the way. Okay. Christy says, I'm just joining. What is today's topic, please? Welcome, Christy. Today's topic, the sum of it, the totality of it, is what you can see on your screen right now. It's the MSc program, MSc Computer Sciences program in Dalhousie University. Dalhousie University. It's in Canada, and here's the juicy part: scholarship, fully funded scholarship, covers tuition as well as all other incidental fees, necessary fees, with income after. It's amazing. So they are paying you to study, and then they're also giving you extra money for you to sort out your day-to-day expenses. Fully funded scholarship. So you are, I would say you've missed because the program is still on, the session is still ongoing. But there you have it. That's what today's topic is all about. All right. Obina, you have a question here. You said, what's the minimum GPA required? Chinaye, are you there?
Yes, I am.
Chinaye.
I can hear
Okay,
you. I
can you
am.
answer this question from Obina? Obina is asking, what's
Okay.
the minimum GPA required for this MSc Computer Sciences program?
Okay. The simple answer is Obina, you can find that out if you check the school website. However, in Vantage Migration, we don't deal with CGPAs, minimum or whatever, because we help you get scholarships that even with a third class, a 2-2, you can secure them. It's possible that you might find on the school website a requirement for higher CGPA and stuff. But when you apply using our method and our documents, application documents, able to secure that admission, even if the on the surface of it, what you saw was maybe a higher CGPA than what you offer. So, advantage migration, we are not based on CGPAs, but you can find out the information you need if you go out and check on the school website, right? But I don't know what CGPA you have. I don't know if that's the reason why you're asking this question. If that's the reason why, it will interest you to know that with your 2-2, if you have a 2-2 or a third class, you can secure admission. And we don't bring the scholarships that are very strict. We give you scholarships that, with our skills, if you meet us to help you apply for the scholarship, you can secure it with whatever CGPA you have. So I hope I've answered your question.
Yes, thank you very much, China. Yes. Obin, I hope your question has been answered.
All right.
Okay, if that's it, then let's move on to the next person. Christy. Okay, what's your question, Christy? You said, can someone with BSc in banking and finance study computer science? Okay, that's a general question now, right? Generally, if your background is banking and finance, can you do a master's program in computer science? Again, it depends on you. It depends on you and it depends on the institution you are applying to. There are institutions that have minimum academic requirements. So in those cases, you may not be able to apply to those institutions to study a master's in computer science, right? But then there are several others, and I mean several others, that do not specify that you must have done a BSc or any other undergraduate program in computer science for you to be admitted for a master's program in that same computer science. Your question is similar to Obina, so I hope you listened to Chinoye as she did answer Obina's question. You can check the website yourself, Dalhousie University, to see what the minimum academic requirements are. If it turns out, and I'm not
Yeah.
just saying this to make you feel better, but that's a fact. If it turns out that there's a minimum academic requirement that you don't meet, do not be discouraged. There are so many institutions within Canada alone that do not have anything other than a general minimum academic requirement, which is that you must have obtained a first degree. There's so many of them, so many of them. I've come across them a lot. And there
Okay.
are fully
May
funded
I ask you
scholarship
what you
programs
said?
like the one we found today. Okay, Chinoye, you want to add something? Go ahead, please.
Oh, okay. All right. So I wanted to say, I don't know if anyone has ever been in that situation where you want to apply for a job and you don't meet the requirements, right? But when you applied, you still got fine. What happened? It is possibly because you submitted an exemplary certificate or documents. So that's one of the things. By the time you prepared probably your application letter, it was very catchy enough to engage the HR, and but they just were so intrigued. They invited you for interview, and then they wanted you for the job, even though you did not meet the qualifications. So sometimes you might go on the school website and you find questions, you find requirements that match your profile or your academic background. Advantage migration, we don't see that as a deterrent not to apply. You just can apply, submitting a very quality document, and you will stand out. That's why in Advantage Migration we have what we call the documents machine, where we help our students to prepare quality documents that give them an edge above others. And that is one of the secrets why we say third class, second class, no problem. Because when you add exemplary documents to your application, you will definitely stand out. And and for this program, there's minimum requirements, you can meet it, right? Anything you apply, if you want us to help you apply so you stand out despite your academic background, fine. But you can also do it on your own. All you need to do is submit quality documents. But if you would love to engage our help to ensure you can secure this program, then all you need to do is log on to www.bankinformation.ca. But for that question, whether banking and finance can take this computer program, it's very simple. What you need to do is find your course of basic. You might have studied banking and finance and it looks far away from computer. But by the time we help you with so many things to link your program to computer, it will match and you'll be able to take the program. One issue where cost of benefit often arises is in securing this out, right? So when your cost of benefit doesn't match your background, most of the time your visa could be denied. But if you submit quality documents, that shows so many factors and everything. You can be given visa to study, even though your background, academic background, seems like a factor. It's just like telling someone who studied, let's say, home economics to go and do medicine. How would that work? But by the time we are done with you, you can actually do medicine with your full chest. Yeah. So it's something that is possible. So don't fret. Um, like Mr. Priya said, you can log onto our website at www.migration.ca to book a consultation with us. So we'll teach you in house, in private, how to do it. All right. So it's that easy. So thank you.
Thank you very
Thank you,
much,
Mr. P.
Chinoye. So I hope that answers your
Yeah.
question, Christy. All right, all right. George Temitope says hello. Hi, George. How you doing? And then we have someone from South Sudan here, Moses. Moses, I would have loved to
Hi,
pronounce the
Rosie.
other name you have here, but I don't want to make a mistake. I really would not want to mispronounce your name. So, hi, Moses. Hello, Moses. How are you? Thank you for joining us. All the way from South Sudan. Wow, wow, wow. I feel honored. But isn't it amazing that we have someone from far away South Sudan? I mean, that's some kind of coverage, right? Chinaya, what do you have to say?
Yeah, that's true. That's true. And we're glad to have you here. Advantage migration is for everybody, right? Like our song says, I'm sure
Advanced
you
migration is for everybody.
know,
Yes,
anywhere in
correct.
the world, everywhere in the world, we are there for you. Okay.
Anywhere in the world.
So,
Anywhere in the world.
and to any country of your
So
choice,
thank you for joining
any
us,
high income
Moses.
country.
And if there are not any more questions, then we'll be calling it a day. Thank you for joining us once again. If you snooze, you lose. That's my party words for you. My closing remarks for you this evening. If you snooze, you lose. Msc Computer Sciences, fully funded scholarship in a Canadian university. Don't sleep on it. Log on to their website and apply right away. And for now, from Chinoye, for myself, is bye bye. Bye bye for now.
Bye.
Bye.
See you next session. Bye.
Vantage migration. Anywhere in the world. Anywhere in the world. Anywhere in the world. We are your number one educational consultant.